This is a story about a man traveling the world, reaching Paradise Islands without flying, living on lonely islands in remote areas, fishing with locals, and exploring beautiful beaches with astonishing wildlife. This is a documentary about discovering secret, underrated, and unknown islands in Africa barely anyone has ever heard of.
What up? I'm in Bissau, so I need to speak Portuguese again. The morning was quite stressful. I said goodbye to Eve. For the first 20 minutes it felt like somebody pushed a sword into my heart. But yeah, afterwards I had a pretty long ride. As you know, in Africa things go slow because there's no proper street. And I was at the port to get my ticket for the ferry tomorrow. This was quite a day. I talked to 3 people about the ferry. One guy said at 8, one guy said at 11, and one guy said at 1 p.m. So I'll better be there early in the morning. Shortly before I went into my tent and I saw a scorpion. My host, Paolo, said that they are very dangerous here. So, yeah. But I'm excited to go to the Bijagos Islands tomorrow. Good morning. I'm on my way to the port. The bus I'm sitting in was really close to a crash. Really close. And now the engine broke down.
All the countries in Africa that we have seen so far had one aspect in common: hospitality. Guinea-Bissau's first impression was exactly that. Nico arrived at the port at 8. The ferry was already being loaded with people and various other stuff. There were also many young people, students, also wanting to take the ferry to the island to celebrate their finished studies and attend a Bob Marley party. While waiting, a port official invited Nico to have lunch with him. Finally, after 5 hours of loading up people, their belongings and other shipments, the ferry was finally ready to depart. At 5:15, the boat finally arrived at its destination. After leaving the ferry and waiting for the unloading to go back on the ferry to get his backpack, Nico must have looked lost because a woman, Aisatu, started talking to him and immediately invited him to stay at her place. Aisatu took Nico on an evening stroll to experience the environment and stopped by the Bob Marley party. He remembers the party being full of life and happiness, loud cheering and people dancing freely lit up the dark sky.
So today I lost my ring during a swim in the river, but when it was low tide I could manage to find it. Really nice. I'm so glad because Eve gave it to me, so it's very important for me. I want to go to this island with one of those. These are canoe, and I tried to rent it at this place here. It's beautiful. I want to spend one night over there, at least one night, probably more, because I think there's nobody over there. Yesterday evening a tree fell down and there was no electricity anymore. Crazy. It's a big one. And I'm going on the canoe now. I'm really excited. Let's go! Wow, it's amazing. Really, it's so amazing. It's beautiful. Oh, I just saw a jellyfish, but I cannot find it anymore. Come on. Maybe like this? This is my first break and it's pretty exhausting. Yeah, after the break I'm going into the river. It should be right over there and I try to find it, and I should go there with high tide, and that's now, so yeah, I cannot have a big break. Don't need to paddle because it's high tide and the water goes into the river. Wow, it's so beautiful. Wow, it's so quiet here. The river ends here, so I just turned and I'm gonna go back and go to the beach and build up my tent, go for a swim. I found my lunch spot. That's not good. Shit, I thought they don't have snakes here on this island.
Aisatu said so, which apparently was not true. Later he found out the small island is also known as Green Mamba Island, one of the deadliest snakes in the world. There's no antidote available in this area, yet there is some knowledge about natural healing methods that were passed on through generations.
Yesterday I smashed my head against the roof and it was pretty hard, but it didn't bleed. And when I just went into the water, I lost my hair. So the roof cut them off. Crazy. I finished my power nap and the water is almost gone. Maybe I go back tomorrow with this guy.
Nico made his way through the plants and overgrown paths to find a place to put up his tent.
I think after rainy season this looks so green here, like a jungle. But I couldn't find a better spot. I don't want to sleep here because in the night time there's a lot of small shitty things around my tent. I think the hammock would be the better choice for this island because there are no mosquitoes.
After traveling together for almost 11 months, being alone is an overwhelming feeling. What most people don't know is when traveling, you are almost always with someone. This island gave Nico the chance to process all that has happened on the trip so far.
I found my camp spot, and I think I will have the sunrise over there.
Slowly letting go of thoughts and any restrictions, realizing that the mind is constantly trying to be stimulated and sitting still isn't as easy as it was. Yet, once you have accepted the state of doing nothing, it is a beautiful revelation.
I'm on my way back. The night was pretty good and comfortable and quiet.
Back at Aisatu's place, she took Nico on another stroll around the island. Here you can see a water pump with good drinking water. It is placed before a school and available to everyone. Aisatu introduced Nico to her brother, his wife and son. They live off-grid, they don't have any electricity and get most of their food themselves, except spices and rice. They earn their money with fishing, but they don't need much and eat most of the fish themselves. They took Nico with him to show him their way of fishing and help get the water coming through the holes out of the boat.
They are fishing with a big net.
On their way back, they passed the Pega village. Pega is an old indigenous religion. Guinea-Bissau is the first African country with not more than 90% of the population being Muslim. The country has over 30% practicing indigenous belief systems. Football is everywhere, and a lot of times when we tell people that we are from Germany, the first thing they would say is the name of some famous German football player.
Good morning. I moved yesterday because my back hurts a lot. I'm sleeping just on a thin mat, and I moved to a German guy. He moved here 3 months ago, and he has a beautiful place close to the beach side and a mattress. And I'm gonna stay here for another 3 days, and then I'll go back to Bissau and go to Guinea.
His house is directly at the ocean. There's lots of wildlife on the Bijagos Islands. Unfortunately, they are not the easiest to capture on camera. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. The next videos will reveal my solo traveling location and the next African country where Nico managed to film amazing wildlife sceneries. Here on this island, Nico saw an enormous turtle and some dolphins. One of the neighboring islands has island hippos, which are the only known seawater hippos in the world. It is also the island which is a woman's state. Women organize work, constructions, they choose their husband, women own land and basically have the power over everything. This footage shows old buildings which were owned by either Germans or Portuguese before the Second World War.
Wow. This is my spot, and I'm alone, and the water is pretty clear today. Pretty clear. This little just attacked me, and he's attacking again. What the fuck? Okay, he's he's probably just scared. Good morning. I was just having breakfast and then I heard something screaming. I was wondering what it is, and then I looked over the fence and I saw that they just slaughtered a pig in the middle of the street. Yeah, the other pigs tried to defend it. It's interesting. It's just over there. And today I'm gonna leave Bubaque. The ferry goes at 1 o'clock. Yeah. Now there are 3, oh I forgot the name of those, sitting on the roof waiting for the rest of the pig. There's the other one and the other one. Oh wow.
There are 2 possibilities to reach the island. One is the ferry Nico took in the beginning of the video. It is the safest but also the most expensive option. Then there is a pirogue, a boat made out of wood, one we also took for the river crossing in Gambia, which was a way shorter distance than the one back to Bissau. It is known for accidents and breakdowns, but as you know, our budget is very small. That's why Nico took on the adventure on the way back. Back in Bissau, Nico met a German traveler, Fabi. He is also on a world trip, traveling the world without flying. Together they plan to go hiking in the next African country. Comment if you know which one it is. And don't miss their breathtaking adventure and subscribe to our channel. Where do you think I will be traveling to as a female solo traveler? Let us know your guesses in the comments. Thank you for joining our adventure, and we'll see you in the next video.